Welcome everyone to Life Lessons from Movies, presented by my organization, the Zen of Hollywood, and me, your host, David MacKay. In this segment, we extract life lessons from movies and then use simple and practical tips to help us improve our lives and become happier, which I believe we all desire. Okay, today's theme is finding our authentic voice. And we'll examine this theme through the good film Rebel in the Rye, starring Nicholas Hoult and Kevin Spacey. Please know there are spoilers ahead. Okay, this film focuses, of course, on the famous author J.D. Salinger, who wrote the international bestseller Catcher in the Rye. And it's all about his life. It's a biopic. And at the beginning, he has this raw talent, but he doesn't have really a direction in life, or really he doesn't know what to write about. Now, Salinger's writing teacher, Whit Burnett, played by Kevin Spacey, really challenges him in this area, right? He says, if you're writing to get published, then you're doing it for the wrong reason. You need to be able to write just for the sake of writing, knowing that you may never get published. Now, this is true authenticity. Instead of doing this solely for some external reason, we need to be able to do something for the sake of our passion. Now, we can all relate to this because we've all done something for the sake of fame, attention, glory, and there's nothing wrong with any of those things. But when we do something just for the sake of those things, for those ego pursuits, we're not going to be happy. We're certainly not going to find our authentic voice. Now, remember in that same scene between Whit Burnett and J.D. Salinger, Burnett asks Salinger the real reason that he wants to write. And Salinger says something like he has a lot of anger that he wants to express, and writing is his way to do that. And there we have it. We have, in that moment, Salinger's authentic voice. He's true to the reason that he wants to write. He's being honest and sincere, and that's his personal truth in the moment that he has to stick with to be able to express his authenticity and find his authentic voice. Now, this leads to Salinger finding his authentic voice when he came up with the character of Holden Caulfield, right, that really represented his truth. Now, he was about to be published in the New Yorker magazine when they were asking him that before they published him, they wanted him to make some changes to his stories, to make it into a happier ending, right? And Salinger said, no, that's not who I am. I mean, in my life anyway, there are no happy endings that you want. Things don't always end that way. People are depressed and people drink. So he was true to his voice. He was true to the life that he saw it. And this is authenticity. Obviously, our personal truths are always changing, so that our authentic voice that represents our reality in 1 year may not be the same authenticity, authentic voice, the same truth that we have the following year, or in 5 years, 10 years. Things are always changing. That is, our personal truth is always evolving. But we need to be able to stand in our personal truth the way it is right now. This is authenticity. This is finding our authentic voice. So how can we find our authentic voice? Obviously, this is a general practice, a process that happens over time of stripping away the false layers and getting to what's real, who we truly are, both on a human level as well as our divine essence. But to facilitate this process, we can ask ourselves, focus on the self-image that we're trying to project. We can ask ourselves the following question: how do I want others to see me? How do I want others to see me? And the answers to that question could reveal whether we're being authentic or not. We can get more specific with the question regarding our behaviors. For example, every time we're about to do something, we can ask ourselves, am I doing this to either look good, gain something from others, or to avoid something painful or unpleasant? If the answer is yes to these questions, we may not be finding our authentic voice. We may be living inauthentically. Again, am I doing something to look good, to gain something from others, or to avoid a personal pain, something unpleasant? Now, we all have personal needs to meet. So there's nothing wrong with meeting our needs. In fact, it's very important that we do so, both physical and emotional needs. So there is a balance here, if you will. Let me explain. If I want to look good, there's nothing wrong with that. We all want to look good in general for the public. We want to be presentable, well-groomed. But if I'm trying to look good so that I separate myself from the pack, in other words, so that I appear special or superior, in other words, to others, well, then that's not healthy. Now, there's nothing wrong with getting something from others, but if I'm doing something in order to get something, and I'm not being transparent about it, well, this is the hallmark of a transactional relationship. And we don't want to be in a relationship just to be a part of some exchange, right? Doing something for others so that they will do something for us, unless there is an agreement on both parties, right? And of course, we all want to feel good, but if I'm focused on positivity, feeling good so that I can avoid a personal pain, something unpleasant, again, that's not healthy. So find a way to get your needs met, identify what your needs are, but do it in a way that doesn't infringe upon your self-worth and self-esteem. As you do things, because they naturally come through you as your passions, as they arise in your heart, instead of doing things because it reinforces your self-image, this image that you're trying to project, which is all about ego. Once you do that, you begin to find your authentic voice. So what did you see as a major life lesson from this film? I would love to hear from you in comments below. And for more movies, tips, and life lessons, please go to my website, thezenofhollywood.com. That's the zenofhollywood.com, and feel free to like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. See you next time.